Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome to my parlour. And today I feel like I need an angel blessing. So I thought I would give you guys one too. So I have my angels all around me today, and I would like to just have a bit of affirmation that I'm headed in the right direction, that things are working out the way that they need to be, that I'm so impatient. I'm thinking, is everything working out in the time that it should, and why am I waiting? Sometimes, we want things desperately that we sort of lose track of what we're hoping for in a way, and we sort of put ourselves into a position of stagnation because we just can't think of anything else other than what we want in our life and what we need in our life. So I thought I need an angel blessing just to let me know that I'm on the right track, that what's happening is meant to happen. And I have 1, 2 or 3 for you to choose from today, guys. And I'm going to give you a tarot card to indicate the energy around us, not something that might be happening, but the energy and the possibility that might go along with that, and then some angel blessings. How about that? So 1, 2 or 3, I'm going to pour a cup of tea just so we can get the energy flowing and ask the angels what is in store for us. What do we need to know? So 1, 2 or 3, you choose the number that you want, and any combination. You can have the whole lot if you want. It's entirely up to you. It is your reading. Just because there's a pick a card doesn't mean you have to limit yourself to one. Some people do, some people don't. I don't, because it's free will, and sometimes a message is in each one of them for you. So choose whichever one you want, and I'll give you a few moments to decide, and then we'll start the reading. How about that? Okay, number 1. Let's choose number 1. Let's have a look and see what might be happening for you. First of all, I'm going to give you a tarot card just to indicate the energy around you at the moment. Not necessarily a situation that's coming up, but a bit about the energy. What can you expect, perhaps, or what sign is there for you? Remembering sometimes if you're waiting for a sign, perhaps this is it. Messages come to us when we need them. So let's have a look and see what's happening for number 1, please. Energy around their situation. Energy around number 1's situation, please. Okay. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very creative. She's very intuitive. Sometimes she's a little bit emotional. She feels the emotions quite deeply. But sometimes too, the Queen of Cups is so busy taking care of everybody else that she forgets about herself and her needs. So this might be indicating a time for you to take a bit of a deep dive and find out what it is that you really want and how you're feeling about this situation. Are you a yes ma'am, or no ma'am, I can't do this ma'am, but I will do it for you ma'am, because I've got no other things to do for myself, but I'll do it for you anyway. It's that sort of thing. It's not being taken for granted, but allowing others to maybe extend the limit of your interaction with them. Does that make sense? So perhaps it's time for you to analyse and think about what it is that you want and how you feel about this situation that you're facing at the moment. Let's have a look at some possibility that might be in tangent with this one. Does that make sense for you today? Do you feel as though you're being a little bit imposed upon, or you're feeling as though you're just doing too much and not enough for yourself? So, but the Queen of Cups, she's a beautiful energy. She's that motherly, I will support you kind of energy, but she forgets sometimes to take care of herself. So perhaps it's time for you to think about what it is that you need right now, your emotions and how you feel about the situation. And then your cup will runneth over with things that are good for you. What's the situation perhaps? What's the possibility that might be coming in with this situation? That one just decided to fall away by itself, but I'm not going to give it that one. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, a last minute offer. It's a last minute offer that could be part of this situation, and memories are being stirred. Deep memories are being stirred here, which is again about the Queen of Cups. Oh, affection, a connection, a soulmate connection, one that's so deep, so just it goes on forever and has been going on forever. You are destined to meet this person perhaps already, or maybe you already know them. It could be a romantic connection, or could be a sexual connection, but it could also be a deep friendship. It could be someone that you're very close to. It could be a relation as well. It could be a very important friend. It depends on your circumstances and what you consider a soulmate and what soulmate means to you. But this person is a very deep connection, and the memories are being stirred here. Memories are being stirred, which again works in with the Queen of Cups. She's all about memories. She's all about taking those deeply within and thinking about them, sometimes holding on to them very deeply. But there could be a last minute offer with regards to this soulmate of yours. So how do you feel about it? What are your feelings about this situation? Is it a romantic one, or is it deep friendship? Okay, let's find out some angel blessings for you in regards to this. Got a really, really thick pile here. I'm going to go through them and find out some angel blessings for number 1, please, in regards to this situation. Memories being stirred. Something's definitely changed because there's an offer being available to you. One that wasn't there yesterday, wasn't there this minute ago. It's about to manifest in your life, a one-time opportunity in regards to this situation. The universe has perhaps, or someone else, because sometimes timing is really hard to pinpoint because it just indicate your responses to this, but somebody else's that's out of your control. So perhaps someone else has had a change of heart, or their circumstances have changed, therefore you now have the opportunity to change as well. It's a bit like the butterfly effect, you know. Someone doing something somewhere else impacts on somebody else's life. So that could be what's happening here. And a situation that you're not too sure of because you don't know what the other person is doing and thinking. So let's have a look at some blessings for you. Serenity. It's a load off your shoulders. It's just feeling, finally, it's one of those, just feel really good about the situation that's facing you. The Water Fairy, which comes into with the Queen of Cups. Feelings and emotions. Maybe you could, if you wanted to, find yourself a body of water. Water is very cathartic, especially the beach, or even a river if you can. Just sit by the water for a while and allow the especially with the tide coming in with the beach, it brings it in and takes it out. So just sort of allow your emotions to come in and go, taking on board what you need and what you don't need. And then you have the Hawk, which indicates omens and messages. So be prepared for a message. Be prepared for something turning up in your life. Just for you, a message just for you from the angels and from the universe. So hopefully it's helped you, number 1. So thank you. number 2. Did you choose number 2? Let's find out what's happening. First of all, I want to give you a tarot card just to indicate what the energy around you is at the moment, and then we'll go into the rest of the reading. This is an indication of what's happening, the energy, not necessarily a situation, but it could be, depending on when the card comes up, but very much in tune with what is happening for you at the moment. So what might be happening? With our angel blessing. Situation for number 1, please. The energy around you. This turned over by itself. It's a sword card, so that indicates passages of thought, how they progress through you about the situation. What are you thinking about the situation? Do you feel as though you've been given a raw deal? Do you feel as though this situation is in the hands of somebody else, that you have no control over it? This card is indicating that you have got control. You just need to allow other people to have their opinions and just let them have them, because this is about a no-win situation. You can't change somebody else's opinion. You can only change the way you relate to it, and you can only change the way that you deal with it. So this is about a situation that you feel as though you've lost, but you haven't lost. You haven't lost. They are just being pedantic, perhaps, or just feel as though they need to put their 2 bits worth in. But overall, you are in control of the situation. This is asking you not to allow others to control you. If there's a decision that you need to make, please be aware that it's best for you to make it on your own and not allow others to have their say, because their say is not important in this situation, and it's better for you to make the decision than allow others to make it for you. So that's what's happening at the moment. That's the energy around you at the moment. It feels a bit chaotic, a bit, there's nowhere else to go, but there's plenty of space for you to move forward. So let's have a look and see what may be coming through in this regard. Mind games is what's coming through too here with the 5 of Swords. Mind games. Some people just like to bully others, but not so much in a physical way or a verbal way, but playing mind games. So if someone is like that within your situation at the moment, try your best to avoid them. If you can't confront them, just avoid them. And maybe not even confront them, because they've made up their mind and there's nothing much you can do about that. But please allow yourself to be the stronger person here, and know that there's plenty of room for you to move around and to avoid this situation altogether if necessary. So what might be happening about this situation? Why is it here? Ooh. Yes, see? You got the sea change card here, which indicates there's plenty of room for you to negotiate and to move away from this situation. Where do you see yourself in 5 minutes from now? It's virtually like this needs to be done now. Make some plans to move away from this situation if you can, and find the space that you need. Where would you go if you could go anywhere and you had the opportunity to go anywhere? Where would it be? And you're going to find a message. This is a very unusual way of receiving this message. It's a very important message, and it's going to come to you in whatever way the universe sees fit. But it's going to be one of those aha moments when this message comes. It's just sort of, wow, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Because this message is very, very important. So it will come to you in a very unusual way. But it's meant to come to you. It's like a carrier pigeon there too, isn't it? So it's sort of it's coming. A message is very important. And there could be a wedding, whether it's yours or someone within your family, your social circle. There's a wedding here about to come into being. Does that make sense for you today? Let's also find an angel blessing, shall we? Got a huge pile here. I'm going to go through them and find your angel blessing. An angel blessing for number 3, please. What might it be? Francesca. Let me read it for you. Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. It's what it is that you want at the moment. Remembering other people you can't control. You can only control your reaction and the what you do with that. So Francesca's coming in just asking you what you want. You've got river movement. Definitely moving forward here. There's calm water too, to help calm you, to help center you. And third blessing. Relating to Francesca, look inside yourself. Find your space. Find your safety zone. Retreat to it if necessary. Hibernate if necessary. Stop. Pause. Stopping and pausing at this situation is not stalling it. It's not halting it. It's just giving you time to breathe and to see what it is that you want. How you want to proceed. So give yourself some time. It's not stopping the situation so much. But it's giving you some time to see around the situation and find out your next move. So hopefully that's helped you. Number 2. Number 3, if you chose the third option, let's find out what might be happening for you. Let's have a look at the energy around you at the moment. If it relates to you, that's great. If it's not, then you've got 2 others to choose from. So let's have a look and see if this situation is yours. Angel blessings for a situation that's on your mind at the moment, or you're right in the middle of. What's the energy around you? What's the energy around you? For number 3, please. What's the energy? The 8 of Swords. It's a sword, so it's a thought process, not a physical card. This is about how you feel restricted in this situation, that your hands are tied and you really can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see the forest for the trees. So you feel as though you're restricted, that you haven't got any movement, that you can't continue with this one. You can't continue with it as it is, but you don't see your way out of it, perhaps. What could be causing this situation? Of course, with the 8 of Swords being a mind card, a thought process card, it's also indicating that what's stopping you isn't physical. There's no reason why you are restricted on a physical or intellectual or emotional or whatever kind of situation. It's within your own thought process that's keeping you stuck. Does that make sense to you today? It's like no one's holding you to this situation, but your own fear, perhaps, own doubts, own anxiety, only those woulda, coulda, shouldas kind of things coming through, or what can I do with this situation, the what, when, why, where sort of situation coming through here. It's indicating that you can get out of this if you want to. The solution is there. Perhaps you can write down the pros and the cons of this situation, of your position in the situation, of other people's positions in the situations, and what you can do about them. Remember, you can't change other people, but you can change yourself and the way you relate to the situation. There's some gossip around you at the moment. There's some gossip, whether or not it's of your own making or someone's whispering in somebody else's ear. You don't need to allow it to happen. You can stop the gossip by not participating in it. And you can find the truth in that gossip. There's usually gossip is just like Chinese whispers. It starts out with something that's factual, but then it just explodes and changes as the next person hears it or sees it, or starts another line of that, you know what I mean? So if you can find the fact within the gossip and deal with that and leave the rest to everyone else's imagination, it doesn't matter what they think or hear, because they're going to think and feel what they want to think and feel. But if you can find the fact within that gossip and then act on that, then half the battle is won. Does that make sense? Because passion led you here. So passion led us here. This is something that's very important to you, obviously, and it's been perhaps ongoing for a while. You've got to a situation now where you just sort of, you've went here because you wanted to be here, but now you're sort of perhaps stuck with your next move. And people sort of are starting to question perhaps why you are paused here at the moment. And there could be some financial gain coming through. There could be a financial situation with this one as well. But luck is on your side. You can see the little frozen Charlotte here. Usually that means in this regard that assets are frozen. But I think they're about to flow again. So if you're finding yourself in a situation where financially you are pinched, and perhaps that's why you're feeling a bit restricted, this card indicates that your assets will be flowing again soon. You'll have a financial influx of money or of investment money coming through. Perhaps something's being held in rebate or has been held in something else, but it's about to change for you. Maybe you'll get that loan, and it will help you to continue with whatever it is that you are passionate about. Take you even further than what you are right now. So don't give up. You're not restricted physically. It's just your own thought processes here that need to be looked into, and perhaps find the fact, work on that, and don't worry about the rest. Work on facts only. Real things, not in someone else's imagination, but real things. So, your angel blessing for today. Vanessa. And Vanessa says, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? That's a good question to find if you find yourself in a situation where you feel restricted. Ask yourself those questions. Remembering passion led you here. Passion will find the answer. And Oceana. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. And then you have the Horse. Accepting help from another, delegating authority, and then moving forward. Remembering you can't change anybody else, you can only advise, you can suggest, and hopefully someone will take up that suggestion, and then you can move forward. Does that make sense for you today? Number 3? I hope so, because that's your reading. So thank you. Number 3. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope that was helpful for you and your blessings came through and your situations met your need here at the moment. Remembering though, this is a general reading, so some things may or may not resonate with you. That's okay. That's okay. Just take what you need and leave the rest, and make decisions based on what it is that you feel is truth for you. That's the only thing that matters. What's truth for you? If something doesn't sit right, then it's not right. If something sits right and feels really good and purposeful, then it's the right thing for you. So always, always take what you hear, what you see, what other people tell you, with a grain of salt, and ask yourself, does it fit well with you? Does it fit right with you? Does it make you feel as though you're have good intention here with this one, and it feels as though you're being valued? Then go for it. But if you feel undervalued, or you feel as though this is just not right, then don't accept it. I think that's the only thing we can do for ourselves. Remembering, can't change other people. We're going to change the way that we see things, the way that we deal with things, and the way that we move forward. So thank you very much, and until next time, so many blessings.